One of the things that obviously comes up a lot when Beyonce had her album was a mysterious woman called Becky with the good hair who allegedly Jay-Z had cheated with her.
Yeah.
And then at some point in 2016, with lemonade in the air, you posted a picture of yourself with lemons on your bra and a J around your neck.
It literally was a coincidence. I didn't even think about it. I swear. And it wasn't a J, it was an R. They flipped it around and then it looked like a J.
That was in no way designed to
No, it had nothing. No, that was
intrigue or...
No, that was my own design with an underwear company called Tezenis that I was working with. This is what I mean, man. Pinch of salt.
Y'all, I did not have Rita Ora exposes Beyonce on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are, and it's messy. Like cover-ups, career sabotage, and possible murder messy. Because apparently, Rita just confirmed what we've all been side-eyeing since Lemonade dropped in 2016, that she was Becky with the good hair. Yup, that Becky. The one Beyonce dragged on national streaming platforms while Jay-Z stood there looking like he just got caught cheating on a math test. And according to Miss Rita, Queen Bey wasn't just mad, she was allegedly vindictive. Not only did Beyonce take Jay-Z back, but Rita claims she got blackballed in the process. All because Beyonce chose to protect her man by destroying the side chick instead. What? Let's rewind, because this rabbit hole runs deep. So let's take it all the way back to 2016, when Beyonce snatched every lace front with her iconic, emotional, rage-filled visual album Lemonade. It was artsy, it was powerful, it was poetic vengeance, but also, it was a confession. Bey was singing about betrayal, anger, and infidelity, and she didn't hold back. In Sorry, she literally sang, "Looking at my watch, he should have been home. Today I regret the night I put that ring on." And of course, the line that stopped the internet, "He better call Becky with the good hair." And girl, the search began. Who was Becky? Who had good hair? And who had the audacity to cheat with Jay-Z, knowing full well he was married to Beyonce? It didn't take long before fingers pointed at Rita Ora. At the time, Rita Ora was signed to Jay-Z's Roc Nation. That's already sus. But then she went and made things way worse. Because literally right after Lemonade dropped, Rita posted a Snapchat wearing, wait for it, a bra covered in lemons and a necklace with the letter J on it. Girl, you could have just stayed silent like the rest of us. That post practically screamed, "Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me." Naturally, the Beyhive went feral. Fans were convinced Rita was the mysterious Becky, and they were dragging her all over social media. Rita, of course, tried to clean it up by claiming it was all a coincidence. She swore the necklace was actually an R, not a J, and that it just looked flipped in the mirror. Girl, no one's buying it. So for years, Rita stayed quiet, denied the rumors, played it off like everyone was just overreacting. But now, in 2025, Rita said, actually, y'all were kind of right. In a shocking interview, she basically confirmed she was Becky with the good hair and claimed Beyonce knew everything. And instead of dealing with Jay, the actual husband who cheated, Beyonce allegedly chose to ruin Rita's career instead. Rita says she didn't speak up at the time because, quote, no one would have believed her. Honestly, she's not wrong. We all know the Carter Empire is powerful. Going up against Beyonce in the court of public opinion? That's like walking into the lion's den wearing steak perfume. But Rita's not holding back anymore. She's claiming that Beyonce didn't just take her man back, she allegedly punished Rita to save face. And let's be real, Rita's music career did go quiet right after that. No more chart toppers, no more US promo, just silence. Could it be a coincidence? Sure, but girl, the timing? Sus. Now buckle up, because if you thought this was just petty music industry drama, think again. This is where the story takes a dark, twisted turn. Because while Rita says she was blackballed, another woman, Jay-Z's other alleged mistress, didn't make it out at all. Her name was Kathy White, and the rumors? Baby, they are terrifying. Word on the street is that Kathy was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby. And just as she was allegedly preparing to go public with the affair, she died, suddenly, at just 28 years old. The official report said brain aneurysm, but not everyone's buying that. In fact, journalist Liz Crokin went off on X, claiming she spoke to Kathy right before her death and knew the real tea. She accused Jay-Z, and possibly Beyonce, of covering up the truth, and even implied that Kathy's death wasn't an accident. Let that sink in. Fans were shook. Conspiracy theories exploded, and people started connecting dots that nobody wanted to believe. And if you thought that was the end, oh no. Enter Jaguar Wright. Now, Jaguar is known for speaking without filters, and she's had a lot to say about the Carters. She straight up said that Kathy White didn't die from an aneurysm. She said Kathy was killed, and that Jay-Z was involved. In fact, she even went so far as to say Beyonce may have ordered it to protect the brand. Jaguar also dragged Claudia Jordan into the mess, claiming she knew about the affair and stayed silent. Like, girl, what is happening? At this point, the internet was spiraling. Fans were rewatching Lemonade, digging up old Rock Nation drama, connecting every blurry piece of the puzzle. And now, with Rita Ora finally speaking out, this whole thing feels like it's blowing up again. So last time, we uncovered the alleged tea. Rita Ora confirms she was Becky with the good hair. Beyoncé knew, and instead of dragging Jay-Z through the dirt, she allegedly sacrificed Rita's career to protect the Carter brand. But that's just the start of the chaos, because now we're diving deeper into the dark side of fame and what really happens when you cross the most powerful couple in music. Y'all, Rita might have been lucky, because the other woman, she ended up dead. Let's be real. Rita Ora was everywhere in the early 2000s and 10s. She had bops, she had deals, she was being called the next Rihanna. Then boom, nothing. No hits, no radio, barely any major performances in the US. People thought she just fizzled out, but according to Rita, that wasn't just bad luck. She claims her career was deliberately sabotaged and that someone very high up made sure she stayed quiet and irrelevant. Allegedly, Beyoncé didn't want Rita taking attention off her Lemonade comeback. And even after forgiving Jay-Z, Bey still blamed Rita for the scandal. So instead of dragging Jay through the mud, the actual cheater, Beyoncé allegedly chose to shut Rita down from behind the scenes. And let's be honest, if Beyoncé wanted you gone, you're gone. Now here's where things go from industry shady to full-on criminally suspicious. Kathy White, Jay-Z's alleged other mistress. She was young, pregnant, and reportedly preparing to go public with her story until she suddenly died under mysterious circumstances. According to gossip blogs and even some independent journalists, Kathy was getting ready to talk to a major tabloid about her affair with Jay. But before that could happen, she's gone. Officially, brain aneurysm. Unofficially, a cover-up. There were whispers that her autopsy report was manipulated, that she died screaming in the hospital, and that someone, allegedly Jay-Z, made the problem disappear. And y'all, it gets creepier. Okay, remember that blog Hollywood Street King? They were one of the first to break the story about Jay and Kathy. And they didn't stop there. They started digging hard. And apparently, one NYPD detective told them that Kathy's death was considered suspicious. The aneurysm story didn't line up. Toxicology, sketchy, timing, too perfect. It all happened just 2 weeks after Beyoncé's pregnancy was announced. 2 weeks. Kathy had allegedly told a tabloid about the affair and was planning to expose Jay for a price. But then suddenly she's dead with no real explanation, and the whole thing just disappears. Hollywood Street King claimed they were even followed after posting about it. That's how intense this got. And the most chilling part, Kathy wasn't the only one who knew, which brings us to Claudia Jordan, former reality star, Hollywood insider, and apparently Kathy White's close friend. Jaguar Wright might remember her. The one who's been spilling everybody's secrets went off on Claudia for staying silent.
About Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
She accused Claudia of knowing exactly what happened to Kathy and choosing not to say a word. Jaguar even claimed that Claudia was tied to Diddy and Jay-Z and that she kept her mouth shut to protect them both. Excuse me? This is starting to sound like an episode of Scandal, but it gets worse because Jaguar straight up said that Jay-Z deleted Kathy and that Beyoncé may have asked him to. Let that sit for a second. Now, I'm not saying Beyoncé is out here pulling strings like a Bond villain, but the accusations being made, they're not coming from random trolls on Reddit. We're talking journalists, insiders, former Rock Nation artists, people who were there. Liz Crokin doubled down, saying Beyoncé and Jay had the autopsy report changed. Jaguar said Kathy died screaming, and the Carters were responsible. Fans started calling them false idols, saying they're protected by money, power, and silence. And honestly, Rita's story fits the pattern. Blackballing, silence, career control, the message, step out of line, and you're done. This is what a lot of people are saying online right now, that Rita should be grateful she only got blackballed because Kathy White didn't get that chance. It's like the entertainment industry has this invisible rule: protect the brand no matter the cost. And when the brand is the Carters, there's billions at stake. One user literally commented, "Rita was lucky to get out alive. That's wild. That's dark." But based on everything we've seen, is it really that far-fetched? So now people are torn. Half the internet is like, OMG Rita, queen, speak your truth. And the other half is telling her to shut up before she ends up like Kathy. Some fans still stan Beyoncé no matter what. Others are finally starting to question, have we been ignoring red flags for years just because they're rich, powerful, and iconic? Like, what happens when fame turns into protection? Not from the media, but from justice? Because if even half of this tea is true, then this story isn't about Becky anymore. It's about control, image, reputation, and what celebrities will do to keep it all intact. Y'all, I'm not here to say Beyoncé is some evil mastermind, but I am here to say that too many people have gone silent. Too many stories were buried. Too many coincidences stopped being coincidences. Rita may be spilling the tea now, but the kettle's been whistling since 2016. And if this is what happens to someone for just telling the truth, then we seriously need to rethink who we idolize and who we protect. Because behind the glitz, the Grammys, and the perfect Instagram posts, there's a lot of pain, a lot of secrets, and a lot of questions. So what do you think? Was Rita telling the truth all along? Did Beyoncé actually blackball her to save Jay-Z's image? And what really happened to Kathy White? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to click over here to watch my breakdown on the other messy Roc Nation scandal that's got everyone talking. Because baby, the tea never stops brewing.